Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Good morning, Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary live in the morning, Clay in the AM, Clay AM Canucks Commentary for Saturday, January the 3rd. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. And as always, I am presented by Van City Experts Real Estate. I just realized that the title of my vlog says January 3rd, 2025. That is obviously wrong. I am well aware that we are now in the year of 2026. So once again, welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary in the morning, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and I am your host. So thank you for being here. The reason why I had to switch, I had all these plans to do 9 a.m. and no, I did not sleep in. I was ready to go. And at 5 to 9, I was turning everything on, testing everything. And then I got a call from one of my coworkers who was at my pastoral center at work saying that they had a meeting for a marriage preparation workshop for 55 couples. So 110 people starting at 9:30. Remember, this is 8:55. And she was locked out of her office and needed her laptop to present. So I guess for some reason her fob deactivated. So I went upstairs, put some clothes on. Not that I wasn't going to wear clothes for the vlog, but obviously live stream, I wear different clothes. And then I made it to work in 20 minutes. By 9:20, got her in her office to help her set up the computer. So she started like at 3 minutes late at 9:33. So all to say, at 5 to 9, there are a few of you in here. I think Dino and Fangirl were in here, and I had to basically say, hey, sorry, but I have to bump this thing by a couple hours to make sure I could get to work, come back, eat breakfast, shower, and now I'm here. So I'm in no rush. Yes, exactly, Irvin. I'm not prepared for marriage. It's been 25 years, and I still have no clue what's going on. Ask Gail. She would concur. So I'm here now. I might seem a little frazzled, but I always seem a little frazzled. I'm fine. I'm in no rush. And now everything, as long as I don't get a call from work, it sounds like everything is fine. So thank you for your patience. For those of you that were there earlier at 9, God bless you. For those of you that are here now, thank you for being here. And I actually like this time a little better, and I'm going to share kind of my plans for the rest going forward. I promise you that today I would make a final decision on the future of these morning shows, but I'll get to that at the end of today's show. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, with my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, lower mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you might be watching anyone else, doing anything else, getting ready for work, school, or shopping, or all three. But the fact that you're here with me, you know how much I always appreciate you, know how much I never, ever take you for granted. And yes, Reverend Irvin, you and I think you know exactly where I'm going to go with this. And hello, Justin. I know Justin is in Vegas right now. Have you seen Backstreet Boys, or is that tonight? Let me know, Justin. So this is how you get involved today. Subscribe to the channel. Whoops, wrong one. See, I was getting so excited. You can subscribe to the channel. So you get active in the chat session, get notified of my videos. You can like the video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that Canucks got a point yesterday, like the fact that if you're cheering for them to lose, though, they did not win, like the fact that Linus Karlsson has a new contract, like the fact that DeBrusk got 3 points, and like the fact that we continue to build an awesome community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. Tonight is Backstreet Boys. That is awesome. Justin, I want your full review. Let me know what you think of the show. So last night I was at the game with my lovely wife, Gail. And no, I wasn't with Gail. That was Tuesday night. I was with my lovely season ticket partner, Mike. And Mike and I, we share 319, row 13 seats, but we only get to go to 4 or 5 games a year together. I go to more games than him. He goes to a few. And then, we only go to 4 or 5 together. But when we do, it's always great. We always love catching up because we have so much in common. Everything from obviously the Canucks to hockey pools to our roller hockey team back in the day to church to family to pools. So we had a great catch up. it was wonderful. Told him all about the CCC, the good, bad, and the ugly. I told him we had a lot of good chats about the team, the Quinn Hughes trade, so many good things. And then at the game, I got to see many people. So I saw the Honorable James Moore, saw him before the game. So he shared a nice little chat with us. And then during the first intermission, I saw the powerhouse Filipino brothers. I saw Ian and Jonathan, Johnny Boy. So that was always nice to see them. Saw my good friend Nicole and her dad, Brian. Saw Edison. I'm not sure if he's in the show. Saw Edison. Met his friend Andrew as well. So yeah, it was a great to catch up with all these people during the first intermission. Then during the second intermission, I think I just walked around aimlessly, which was fine as well. So yeah, great to see many of you at the game last night. And if you're at the game tonight, I will be there again. I think it's tonight. I know I'm with Gail for sure. And then I think Sean and Chesker are going to be there on Student Rush tickets as well. So all to say, if you want to say hi, say Happy New Year, give each other a hug, high five, dap each other up, whatever the cool kids do. First intermission outside of section 316, like I always am at every home game that I'm at. I would love to say hi to you. So once again, first intermission, would love to say hi to you outside of section 316 and the Legends locker room display. So let's get to last night's game, a 4-3 shootout loss, exact opposite of the 4-3 shootout loss a week before in Seattle. And no, I'm not blaming Thatcher Demko in the shootout. Let's get to the Edge Goal Visualizer commentary, and we go through all these goals. The first goal is by Seattle. And this is at the end of a 2-minute shift for Z Buyam and Tom Verlander. If you might remember, this is the shift that started when Buyam made a rush to the net. Seattle net, went behind the net, and then almost got smoked. But I think whoever hit him let up a little bit, or Buyam saw him just at the nick of time. But this is like 2 minutes later now. So the Canucks are hemmed in their own zone. You still see Verlander. You still see Buyam on the ice. And basically, it's a shot that goes wide, but it goes all the way to Cale Fleury, and there's no one checking. Well, Kane's kind of there. But the main thing is Verlander takes away Demko's eyes. And yeah, and this shot goes right past Demko, top corner on the far side. So really, really good shot. I think if Demko sees that, he stops that, but he couldn't see it because Verlander, at the end of a long shift, was taking his eyes away. So Cale Fleury scores his first of the season, 1-0 for Seattle at the end of the first. Then they double their lead. They go up 2 on this power play. Really nice play, actually. You'll see here, it's McCann, brings it out over the line, gives it to Eberle. And then the Canucks haven't even got a chance to get settled. It's already a 3-on-2. Eberle to Stevenson, one-timer, boom, Demko has no chance. And now it's 2-0. And we're like, uh-oh. But then just 5 minutes later on our own power play. Oh, by the way, that goal, the reason why this goal was so painful is this came just after Drew O'Connor and Kiefer Sherwood had a shorthanded 2-on-0 chance. And O'Connor he probably should have just gone on a breakaway, to be honest, or just one pass to Sherwood. But instead, he passed it to Sherwood early, but then Sherwood did a bad pass back to O'Connor, and then they didn't even get a shot off. And then sure enough, they turn around, and then Seattle scores. So that's a double whammy. Instead of 1-1, it's 2-0. But then Sherwood does make up for it on the Canucks power play. And here you see they gain the line. Besser back to Sherwood. Sherwood back to Verlander, to DeBrusk. DeBrusk point shot off Decord, and Sherwood one-times the rebound past Joey Decord. And now it's 2-1. But just as they scored late in the first, Seattle scores late in the second. It's their third line of Winterton, Myers, and Melanson. Yes, I know. The only first time I heard of these guys was last week when they scored on us. This one, it's a tough one on Sasson. So it looks like it's fine. Look at it. It's 1-on-4, basically. It's 1-on-4, and then Kane kind of gets lost, but it's more Sasson's guy. And then Myers gets inside positioning on Sasson, excuse me, and now it's 3-1. But to the Canucks' credit, they fight back, and they fight back hard. Another power play goal, just 38 seconds into the period. And I love this passing play. It's Sherwood to Petey to Besser, and then here comes DeBrusk sneaking towards the net. Actually goes off a skate, but certainly no kicking motion. And now it's 3-2. And then Linus Karlsson, fresh with his new 2-year, $4.5 million contract. Linus Karlsson ties the game up 6 minutes into the third. This one's really, really nice. So it's DeBrusk, bat to Hronek, big shot. And then again, another Decord rebound. Karlsson grabs it and then he backhands it through Decord's legs. And now it's 3-3. Nothing happens in overtime. And then they don't have any, they don't have edge goal visualizer for a shootout, but Matty Beniers with a 6 move on Demko. I don't even know if Lankin want to stop that. It's hard to say, and I'm not going to blame Demko because Demko was good throughout the game. But Matty Beniers with a really, really nice goal, and he wins Seattle wins 4-3. Seattle outshoots us, but we held the edge in 5-on-5 shot attempts. So that's a big story of the game. Is analytically we were the better team last night, but Seattle had more shots. We had better face-offs. We went 2 for 3 in the power play. They went 1 for 2. We had a lot more hits. They had a lot more blocked shots. So that's what I was talking about, that shot disparity. And then we beat them 3-2. They beat us 4-3, both in shootouts. We played them 2 more times. Let's look at the box score real quick. Let's look at the box score, and then who cares about Seattle? So for the Canucks, the biggest one is DeBrusk. He didn't play against Seattle last week. That was his healthy scratch game. 3 points, a goal, and 2 assists for 3 points, +1 in 18 minutes of ice time. So you look, Besser, Pettersson had assists, Sherwood and Karlsson had goals. You see +1s for PD, DeBrusk, and Karlsson. So their line was a +1. However, the Kane, Sasson, Besser line were -2. Besser had 20 minutes of ice time, PD at 19:30, DeBrusk at 18. So those are your main guys. But no one had under, low man was Hoglander and Oben, both with 11:56, 11:58. Then shots on net, 5 for DeBrusk. Wow, that's pretty good. Block shots, no one had more than 1. And then hits, he had Sherwood with his usual 5. Look at these gnarly Swedes, these mean, bad mood Swedes. Hoglander and PD each had 3 hits. So did Evander Kane. On D, we had Verlander and Hronek. They're continuing their strong play, at least offensively. No one was more than -1. 27 minutes in ice time for Hronek. And then P.O. Joseph, Lowman, 13:52. Verlander, 18:32. That must be close to a season high, if not a season high. Everyone else gets more than 20 minutes, bolstered a little bit by overtime. 3 shots each for Hronek and Marcus Pettersson. 1 block for Hronek, for Myers. 2 for Pettersson. 2 hits. So Marcus Pettersson had the best stat line, 3-2-2. Hronek at 3-1-1. But Hronek had the assist and the 27-29 of ice time. And then Demko, 25 saves on 28 shots. You can't see the first one. Second one's a one-timer. Third one was bang play in front of him. So I thought he was fine. He certainly wasn't the reason why we lost. Lots of games last night, 13 of them. No, that's tonight. Only 4 last night. Golden Knights lose. Kraken beat us, and the Ducks lose. I think Quinn Hughes had 4 assists in that game. Not that I'm counting. So you look at the standings if you still want to do this. And I'm gonna start my recap of the game now, and I'm gonna start with one other thing before I do what I like, what I didn't like, because it has to do with the standings. If you are the type that want the Canucks to see them make the playoffs, and I know there's some people that do, last night was frustrating because if the Canucks had got the extra point, we'd be at 37. Seattle would only be at 42. Remember, 37, 42, and we'd only be 5 points out of a playoff spot. You guys know what I say. 6 points or less, there's a chance. 7 points or more, a lot tougher. So, but the Canucks only got 1 point. Seattle got the 2. So now it's indeed so instead of a 5-point gap, that's a 7-point gap. So I guess my one other thing was the Canucks are going to have to put a run together, like 6 or 7 wins in a row, or do a Buffalo 10 wins in a row just to move and pass so many teams. But the one other thing I guess was many fans I met yesterday, I was talking to them. I said, what are you actually cheering for? Are you cheering for the Canucks to win and hurt their lottery chances? Are you cheering for them to lose, which seems kind of weird, and then increase their lottery chances? Or are you just cheering, or you just want to see an entertaining game? And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I think deep down, I still want the Canucks to win, but outwardly, or maybe it's the other way around. Outwardly, I want the Canucks to win because I clap and cheer when they score. But inwardly, I still know that the best path for this team is if they lose more than they win. Obviously, the team's not going to try and do that intentionally. We just kind of see if that's a natural thing that happens because the team simply isn't that good. So one other thing, I'm kind of going out of order, is What do you cheer for if you're at these games in person or watching on TV? Are you cheering for a Canucks win, a Canucks loss, or are you indifferent? What I liked the power play, obviously going 2 for 3. Although I didn't like, well, I should say this right. I didn't like how they didn't score though in overtime. So, but I did like the power play overall. I did like Jake DeBrusk game 3 points in his revenge game against Seattle because he didn't play against them. And I did like I liked the play of Hronik and Villander. I think they're very noticeable. And I liked Linus Karlsson's game as well. I thought he looked fine with DeBrusk and PD. That whole line was really good, actually, the most noticeable. So those are some of the things I liked. Things I didn't like. And I like the fact that the Canucks were quite aggressive, except for there's a stretch the last 10 minutes of the first period. They didn't play well, but for the rest of the game, I thought they were good. What I didn't like, obviously, I didn't like the fact that we couldn't score in overtime. And we had the 4-on-3. Our power play looked less dangerous 4-on-3 than it did 5-on-4. It's not like Seattle was shooting at an empty net either. So I'm not sure why the Canucks didn't play more aggressively in that overtime. What else did I not like? I didn't like how Bouillon and Villander. I think that's a pair for the future. I'm not sure if it's a pair for right now. And they got stuck out there on their first goal by Seattle. And that's really, can't really complain much. No one had a really, really poor game. Don't like the fact that Rossi and Garland are injured, but I will say I want to see more from Hoglander. He's got his chance. I know he's coming back from a major injury, but I want to see more from Niels Hoglander for sure. So that was what I liked. That was what I didn't like. I've already done one other thing, and then what they said. So they went to who were they? Oh, Jake DeBrusk. So Jake DeBrusk was good. He's always good for the media. He talks a lot. I wouldn't say rambles, but he certainly offers more than most players, including like P.D. Hughes and stuff. So DeBrusk talked about how he's motivated by being a healthy scratch, how it's nice to get 3 points, but ultimately he wants to win. And he's really hard on himself. He said, that they should have won in overtime because of him. That one where he had a great chance to put it under the court, sat on it. We saw no definitive evidence that the puck went over the goal line, but he was blaming himself. But DeBrusk overall was happy that, he was not satisfied. He was happy he got the 3 points, but more importantly, as a good team player, it's more important to him that the Canucks win. Then they went to Linus Karlsson, newly minted with his new contract. He again said it's a great day for him and his family. It's a great way that the Canucks to show they're committed to him. But he too, despite the goal as well, he too wanted the Canucks to win. So it's nice to hear them talking like that. And then Adam Foote talked about how they controlled a lot of play, talked about how, DeBrusk was good, talked about how they simplified things yesterday, but that they really needed to capitalize on that 4-on-3 in overtime. So again, he liked the power play, but he didn't like the fact that the Canucks weren't able to finish things off. So that's a little bit about what they said. So that's my recap of the game. Before I get to my Mitch response read and to all of you, I just want to quickly touch on Linus Karlsson. I tried to record a vlog before I left for the game, but my tech wasn't cooperating with me. So Linus Karlsson, very interesting. He's 26 years old, drafted way back by San Jose in 2018, I believe. And we traded for him in 2019, and we traded Jonathan Dahlen to the San Jose Sharks. And Jonathan Dahlen, for those of you OGs will remember, we got him from Ottawa when we traded Alex Burrows to Ottawa in 2017. Remember, we traded Hansen to San Jose for Nikolai Goudobin. We traded Alex Burrows to Ottawa for Jonathan Dahlen. And with Goudobin and Dahlen, we thought that this were actually the start of a rebuild. Neither guy worked out. Dahlen gets flipped to San Jose for Karlsson. Karlsson does 3 years in Sweden, 3 years in Abbotsford. Last year was a monster in the Calder Cup, winning, in their drive to win the Calder Cup. And then this year, going into last night's game, he had 16 points in 36 games, 9 goals, 7 assists. Now he has 10 goals, 7 assists in 37 games, and he's rewarded with a 2-year, $4.5 million contract, 2.25 AAV. I think that's a little high. I think you could have done it for 1.5, 1.75, but I guess it's not a huge deal. Although if you're thinking that every dollar counts, maybe that's a bit of an overpay. But they rewarded him for someone who's worked very hard, who's humble, who's a good team player, who does everything the coaches ask. And, yeah, I really think they're gearing up for a life without Kiefer Sherwood and Evander Kane later this season. So maybe you lock Linus Karlsson up and then you motivate him to play even a little bit better. Give him a bigger role like he did top 6 with PD yesterday. Okay, friends, let's go to my mid-show sponsor read, and then I will get to all of your questions and comments for the next 20 to 25 minutes, and then I will share at the end of the show my plans for these morning shows. I always start off by thanking my primary sponsor. That, of course, is Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Thank you to my secondary sponsors, Gassy Jack Art, creator of this wonderful artwork that you see around me in my home studio. Support him at GassyJackArt.com. Thanks to Mulligan Golf Company, MLGNGolf.com for your golfing accessories and apparel. And Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. My shows this week are tomorrow morning at 11. That's a little hint into the future. And then tomorrow night at 11. So double 11 a.m., 11 p.m. tomorrow. Reminders of how you get involved. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a donation. Be the first to get the donation train on the station. Be the first to donate in the new year. Is that right? No, I feel like I've done a show already. What day is today? Today's Saturday? No, this is my first show of the new year, isn't it? Yeah. So you can be the first one to donate in the new year. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message. And if listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. I'm looking at the fictional leaderboard right now. Fangirl is winning 300, Just Incredible and Dino with 100 each, Burn, and a bunch of people with 75. So that is our leaderboard right here and right now. All right, let's go. Let's do 15 minutes of you guys, and then I'll do my announcement at the very end of the show. Okay, I'll back up a little bit. Let's go. Let's start with. When I talked about one other thing, I talked about what do you like? What are you actually cheering for? Well, let's start here. Edison, great. Clay, great seeing you last night at the first intermission at the Legends locker room and meeting the boys. Yes. So those weren't my boys, by the way. But if you meant meeting the boys like Ian and John, yes, for sure. But Edison, great to meet you and your friend as well. Hello, Bern from Germany. Nice to see you. Irvin says, I accept a Canucks loss, but always cheer for a goal and a win. No, that makes sense. Gary is cheering for a loss. Best case scenario is the Canucks keep working hard, number one. That's the culture they need. And if they lose and get a first round pick, even better. Okay. So Chris saying work hard, but lose. Tanking is what it is, but I don't have any control over it. I don't it any more than I do of wins. Yeah, I know. So we're kind of, yeah, that's kind of like the weird spot we're in, right? Is we have no control yet. We're not unified on what we want. So Fangirls waiting to see Kansas City win. Booyam, I saw the good and the bad with him last night. So did Mike, and Mike is a defenseman, and he played actual ice hockey to a decent level. And he thinks Booyam plays a little soft right now, and maybe because he's only 20 years old, but he wants to see Booyam play a little bit tougher. And he keeps some plays alive, but he also gives the puck away a little bit, but all because of 20-year-old. We want a top three draft pick. We can't even beat bottom teams in the league, so it's pretty clear we need a top draft pick to get out of this crap, or we never get out of the mushy middle. And Japan, Thomas Drance even says we've fallen out of the mushy middle even. We are below them. Karlsson contract is weird, not deserving a 2.25, more of a 1.25. Yeah, Gary, and I mentioned 1.5, and I think Japan said that as well. I'll get to that in a sec. Past decade of retooling hasn't worked, so why would it work for the future? We could have had Genso for Hamuse in 2016, but Dan refused to go out east. I did not know that. There we go. They paid Karlsson way too much. 3 years, 1.5. I would be in line with that. Management has to stop giving everyone no trade clauses. Game glitch. Will you guys watch Columbus in 30 minutes? I won't, but welcome, Game glitch. Foot needs to go, but we need him to tank the season. This is so Canuck. So which one is it? What do you want, Zal? Do you want him to go or do you want him to stay? Draw a line in the set. I'm just kidding. What were you doing when the Karlsson extension was announced? Cleaning up the house, and I was gonna. I tried to record a vlog, but my computer kept dying, or OBS kept dying on me, so I got frustrated and said, "Forget it. Maybe no one will watch that video anyways." For the sake of our future success, we need to tank. Windy City Hockey, Nick buys himself a franchise membership. That is awesome. Let's give Nick some love in the chat. So once again, welcome Windy City Hockey. Swervin Irvin says, Japan, if we get one of those top guys, are we maybe better off keeping them out of the NHL for a year to not burn a year of their ELC? Hey, Hockey from Home. Yeah, I figured it's Jackie because I don't know anyone else who comes on a Canucks channel and asks about the Columbus Blue Jackets. So what are you doing? You got another channel now? Or what's going on here? It's funny how people say we're not good enough, but Winnipeg is tanking and they could destroy us this year. Make that make sense. Yeah, it's nuts to see where Winnipeg is. It didn't help that Connor Hellebuyck was hurt for those few weeks, but yeah, they are not good right now. Firing a coach after one season is never the smart move, in my opinion. Sometimes we give them a year and a half before we fire them. Hype that Canada is advancing to semifinals for World Juniors. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Despite the Canucks woes, the World Juniors and Team Canada and Team USA and Sweden and Finland all being named. Pretty cool. Hello, Lefty. Yeah, I'm fine with the Team Canada roster. I think Matthew Schaefer should be next man up on D. I know there's some qualms about Sam Bennett not being on, but whatever. Swerving, it depends if they are going to tank the next year also. Foot took my advice and put Karlsson in line with Pettersson. Oh, did you say that, Lefty? And are you claiming to be the only one who said that? Well, between the two of us, you're the only one who said. I never said that. Karlsson did get his biggest ice time of the year last night for sure, and he looked fine. Hey, Helen. I had this one for a while, but I don't talk about it. I'm too lazy to switch. Okay. Colorado from 2011 to 2017 drafted most of their cup-winning core. You know who is their defensive coach? I'm going to take a guess. Adam Foote. Karlsson is probably our unsung hero this year. We need a Sherwood trade soon to help the tank. Sherwood and Karlsson are the guys producing right now, and that could hurt us the longer we keep Kiefer. Yeah, isn't it Kiefer, Drew O'Connor, and Linus Karlsson as our three highest goal scorers? Not PD, not DeBrusk, not Besser. Crazy. Or does it really matter? We've wasted all of our young players' ELCs anyways. Last night I was thinking about what teams out east still have to travel to go play. Then I checked the schedule. We faced all 6 of the teams I named in my head. Yeah, it is a very much back east road trip. Oh, hope you get better, Helen. Keep foot, says Swervin Irvin. Yes, I know you're going to the Capitals game, Edison. I'm going tonight. You might have missed it. I'm going tonight to watch the Canucks take on the Bruins. And then I'm pretty sure, looking at the rest of the schedule, yeah, I'm going tonight. And then I'm not going to Oilers. I'm going to Islanders. Oh, maybe I'm not going to Islanders. What? I thought I was going to Islanders. Oh, no, I am going to Islanders. I'm going to Bruins, Islanders, and Penguins to wrap up this month. So 3 more games for me this month. All right, Lefty with his next Nostradamus. Ogren on that line too. So you want Petey with Karlsson and Ogren, the all Swede line. Happy belated New Year. Yes, it was good. Busy holiday break. Have to go back to work. Actually, I had to go back to work today unexpectedly. That's why my stream is 2 hours late. But nice to see you. Happy New Year to you as well. Chris thinks Foot's doing a good job. I want to take credit by saying Karlsson will get 18 goals this year. Oh, okay. All right. I believe you. Take Kane off PD's line. He was not on PD's line last night, Fangirl. Kane and Besser played with Sasson, and PD played with DeBrusk and Karlsson. Bottom 6, all the scoring, and 20 million. Top 6 doing nothing. Yes, it has been tough. Clay, a win against the Bruins could give a new boost to the team, couldn't it? By the way, Bruins coach Marco Stern played a season for Canucks. He comes from my favorite German hockey team, Landshut. I'm sure I didn't say that right. Well, that's cool, Bern. Thank you for sharing that as well. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Yes, that's correct. PD was with DeBrusk. No, PD was with DeBrusk and Karlsson. Besser and Kane were with Sasson. You're with the Penguins. Great. I'll see you there. I had a hockey stick in my hand a few days ago. Man, it felt good. I still have it. What? You still have the hockey stick in your hand? You haven't let go of your hockey stick for the last few days? Canucks legend Marco Sturm. I hope I enjoy the game tonight too. Thank you. Rangers got shut out 6 times on home ice this year in 18 games and still more home ice wins than we do. It bodes well this month with 9 more home games with our home ice record. Yes, we have 8 in a row at the end of this month, which is crazy. Foot needs to think more creatively in the offensive department. Bedard is getting near to return. Oh, that's good, Nick. Is Marco Sturm really a legend? Jackie asking about Byrne. What he watches. Do you think Besser will score a goal again? He is so snake bitten. Yes, he's got. Yeah, yes, he will. I know you're being sarcastic, but it's not a good look. 12 games for Vancouver for Sturm. I used to be that when growing up. That and a football. Huh? You used to be what? You see, a Stanley Cup made an appearance on stage at the Winter Classic yesterday with Matthew Tkachuk and their injured captain. Oh, Barkov? Yeah, no, I didn't see that. I didn't see that for sure. Where's Sherwood going and what's the asking price? I think Canucks. I've heard the Canucks want a first and a prospect. I've heard that maybe it was a first, and I think I think a second isn't enough. But maybe are we overvaluing Sherwood? If we keep scoring, I don't think we are. But I was talking to my season ticket partner Mike, and he thinks if the Canucks get an offer for a first rounder, they should just take it right away, take it and run. Stern got packaged with Mikhail Samuelson to Florida for David Booth. Yes, David Booth. I had a full row of fans in my section and row last night, but got squished by 2 beside me. Was not. Oh no! Got squished by 2 people beside you. Like they're intentionally squishing you, Edison, or they're just bigger people. I used to have a hockey stick in my hand all the hand. Do you mean all the time? Lefty, what are you saying? Okay, all the time, along with a football, depending on the scene. Gotcha. So either a hockey stick or a football, not at the same time. I didn't see that Van Girl was busy watching Canada World Juniors. All right, take care. Have a great day. Hockey from home. Sherwood wife expecting, so they better do it soon, else she can't travel anymore. Oh, I did not know that. Very, very, very good. Okay, friends, last 5 minutes, and then I will do my quick announcement. It's not like a major announcement, but a quick announcement about what I'm going to do with the show going forward, the morning show. But I'll take your last 5 minutes. So let's move into predictions for tonight. I think Lankinen going in net might be the only change unless DPD comes in for P.O. Joseph, because I don't think P.O. Joseph was that good last night. So that's what I would do. I keep the lines the same. I bring in DPD for P.O. Joseph, and we know that Lankinen is going to start in net. Very tight and limited space. Okay. Edison's too nice to call P.O. beside him too big. All right, friends. What's your score prediction for tonight? I'm going to say Boston wins this one by a score of 3-2. That's what I'm going to say. I say PD scores the first goal for the Canucks. No, it's not breaking Canuck Clay news. I've basically told you guys already. I've hinted at it, and you guys could probably guess anyways. 2-1 for who? I remember Bayern Munich since 1993, supporting them since the early 70s. Awesome. We got 6-1 Canucks from Edison. We got 7-6 Boston from Jackie. Irvin, no score prediction, but just says Zadorov hat trick. Oh yeah, Zadorov and Lindholm. That's right. Remember, we beat Boston to make it 4 straight wins last time. That was when Lankinen was amazing in the shootout, like 7 or 8 rounds, and when Ogren scored that sick goal, for sure. Any other score predictions or first Canucks goal scorer predictions? Otherwise, I will wrap up here. Karlsson could have had a hat trick last night with a little more puck luck. Yeah, he was good around the net. 5-4 Vancouver. Sherwood scores first. Thank you, fangirl. Justin, what are you doing, man? Just kidding. 4-0 Boston for Game 7 flashbacks. Yikes. Burn says 4-3 Canucks. It's rough for Ariel Sherwood as baby boy is expected in spring. Can you imagine having to move when you're 6 months pregnant? Yeah, well, hopefully she wouldn't have to do any of the lifting. It would be Sherwood and friends or company or movers or whatever. But yeah, that's life, right? These guys are hockey players is their job, and these guys have real lives as well. Sometimes we don't always see it as fans. Okay. So my plan, you guys, going forward. Oh, Happy New Year from Japan. Hey, Jay. Hope you're having fun. Hope you're having fun. Okay. So I did these morning shows for about 5 or 6 weeks. The good thing is I attracted some new people or people that generally can't see the night, watch the night shows because it's either too late or doesn't work for their schedule. So that was one of the intended outcomes of trying the morning show, was to attract a new audience. The other was to see if it would grow my channel, and that it didn't. It didn't really move the needle metrics wise. And then I admit that especially the Wednesday morning. So I was doing them on days after Canucks games the previous night. And I dreaded a Tuesday night Canucks game because I get home from church at 2:15 and then I'm turning around and doing a show at 7:45. So what I'm going to do going forward is kind of the best of both worlds. I'm only going to do one morning show a week and it'll be on the weekend. So I'll still do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights for sure. Then that leaves technically Friday and Saturday as the days I don't stream. But it doesn't make sense to do it Friday during the morning. So I will commit to at least one, if not two, but probably one weekend show, either on Saturday or Sunday. If it's on Saturday, it's a nice bridge because, I don't stream on Fridays and I don't stream again until Sunday night. However, if the Canucks play on Saturday, then it probably makes more sense to do a Sunday morning show as a recap because I don't do a Saturday night show. You guys know I like to protect my Friday nights and Saturday nights. Having said that, that could mean that if it's a Saturday night game, that I'm doing a Sunday morning show and a Sunday night show, and that's fine. That's no big deal. I've done 3 shows on a day before, so that's my plan going forward is to do one weekend show, either Saturday or Sunday. I won't set I'll set the schedule at the start of the previous week, but I won't set it now because it really depends on what my travel schedule is, what my work schedule is, and what my family schedule is, and what the Canucks schedule is. But I will commit to either Saturday or Sunday doing a morning show. And most likely, if everything being equal, it'd be the day after the Canucks game. But again, depends on my schedule. On a rare weekend where the Canucks play Friday and Saturday night, very rare, but this is one of them, I will do shows both mornings. So I have a show today, right now, because you're watching it, and I'll have a show tomorrow morning as well. And I recognize, I don't have to get up so early. I still like to sleep in because I'm lazy. So, and I'm not sure if anyone needs to watch me at 9 a.m. on a weekend morning. So I'm going to do 11 a.m. I do 11 p.m. It's an easy time to remember. So 11 a.m. makes sense as well. So that's why tomorrow's show will be at 11 a.m. And then going forward, I'll do at least one show every weekend, either on the Saturday or the Sunday, depending on my schedule, depending on the Canucks schedule. And that will be at 11 a.m. as well. Okay. So thanks for those of you that stuck with me through the morning shows. I know Fangirl was a lot of them. Irvin was a lot of them. Burned was at a lot of them. Dino was at a lot of them, and many others. So thank you for the effort. But it was an experiment. But I have to be humble enough to realize when to cut things that don't make sense, or that you guys are worth it, but is it worth it in the bigger scheme of things? So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So hopefully you guys will support me going forward that way. All right. Let's see. I like the emotion and the push from the Canucks in the third period last night. I haven't seen that for most of the season. It's because you don't dance enough on the shows. That'll grow things. Yes, that's exactly the issue for sure. Wow, you guys, a lot of good throwbacks. A low bridge from Marchand, Sherwood Karlsson biting someone's hand. Will I miss Brad Marchand? I'm going to cheer the heck out of him for him in the Olympics, but no, I will not miss him tonight. I got other ex-Canucks, not that he's an ex-Canuck. I got other guys to boo tonight for sure. Start giving Bouillon more support. I think he could be on a power play ahead of Willander at this point. Yeah, he's high risk, high reward, but he's only 20 years old. I do think DPD comes in tonight for Joseph for sure. For sure. I hope Zadorov destroys EP40. Japan 4, what do you mean? Thanks for trying my idea. What was your idea, Jackie? Are you suggesting that the morning shows were your idea? Fine, you can share credit with me, but I've been thinking about it for the past half a year. But we'll take joint credit for it. And I know it's better for you, Jackie, for sure. I get it. For the people in Europe, it was good because it meant it was a afternoon show, not a morning show. And then for the people in Asia, it meant it was an evening show, right? Because they're 15, 16 hours ahead. I think Vancouver fans dislike Brad more. A lot of fans do like JT still. What do you think of the half dozen former Canucks in the Olympics? Yeah, I mentioned this in my video yesterday. Who are they? I know, obviously, JT Miller, Quinn Hughes, Bo Horvat, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who, by the way, has more points than any of the Canucks this year. Isn't that crazy? Who am I missing? What are the other former Canucks that are going to be in the in the Olympics? I don't mind Marchand. He's doing great for me this year, fantasy-wise. We don't need any more injuries on this roster. Yeah. Why? Who's asking for it? So, yeah, Horvat, Hughes, Miller, OEL. Who else? Oh, Markstrom, Forsling. Thank you. Forsling. Lindholm. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't think of any of these guys. Shelovs, Lindholm. Thank you. Reichel. Yes, Reichel's in Abbotsford, and he made the team. I mean, he made the Germany team. Will Rogers Arena be sold out tonight despite the last results? You know, Byrne, generally they're usually within 97, 98% of a sellout, but that is tickets sold or purchased, right? It doesn't mean people showing up to games because a lot of times people give them away or try to resell them. So the arena is never full to capacity, but they're selling almost to capacity, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, I know the current Canucks that are on Olympic teams are Petey, Lankinen, Reichel, and then we expect Philip Hronek to be named to the Czechia team for sure. And Teddy Bluger is technically on the Latvian team, even though he's injured. Johnny boy, great to see you. I mentioned you. I gave you a shout out off the top of today's show. Playing tonight. He looked like he got injured and looks like it might affect his shot. Who are you talking about, Japan? Did I miss the earlier part of your question? Yeah, I'm not sure who you're talking about. There'll be empty seats that are promoted as a sellout of the hybrid form. Careful there, Justin. All right, Justin, have fun at Backstreet Boys tonight. There's also Canada World Junior game. There's Seahawks versus 49ers. And, of course, the Canucks versus the Bruins. So lots to consume tonight as sports fans here. You just woke up. Oh, so there's no way you would have made a 9 a.m. show, which I actually had to move because you probably didn't hear the explanation. I had to go into work to help a desperate employee, actually. Backstreet Boys going to Germany. Will you guys come over? No, been there, done that. But that sounds a lot of fun, Jackie. All right, friends, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for finding the show after I did have to postpone it. And thank you all for your contributions. I appreciate you being here. If you're at the game tonight, first intermission outside of section 316, would love to meet you as I did for Johnny and Ian and Edison and others last night. So if you're at the game tonight, let me know, and I would love to meet you during the first intermission. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovelander, legendary Brian Blingy Choi, legendary Swervin Irvin, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame franchise members, thanks for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On the way out, like the video, subscribe. You can leave a late donation. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Gas Jack Art, and MLG and Golf Company. And thanks to Nick, Windy City Hockey, who becomes a franchise member and for at least the next month, hopefully longer. But thank you, Nick, for taking it upon yourself to become a member. All right, friends, thanks for being here. My next shows are tomorrow morning at 11 and then tomorrow evening at 11. Those are my next two shows. I hope to see you at one, if not both of them. Tomorrow morning will be a recap of tonight's Boston Bruins Canucks game, and tomorrow night will just kind of be typical Sunday night fare, hanging out with all of you, talking about, EP40 last night, looked in pain after a shot to the arm. Gotcha. Thank you. Quinn Hughes, who did not like EP's work ethic, going to be singing out loud and having a blast tonight. Awesome. Have fun, Justin. All right, friends, you're awesome. I'm awesome. Jake DeBrusk is awesome. Linus Karlsson is awesome. We are all awesome. Have a great Saturday. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. By the way, on Monday, my lovely wife Gail and I are getting new glasses. Yes, getting new glasses. After that, we'll see. We'll see. God bless and go Canucks go. Booyah.